Hey all, it's your girl, a healthy dose of Fran. I do not know what that greeting was, but I'm going to go with it. And I'm back with a new episode for you guys, and today is another throwback movie. Specifically, the 2001 phenomenon movie, The Princess Diaries. So anyone who is a millennial will have seen The Princess Diaries, because that's basically one of the films that we grew up with. And if you haven't seen The Princess Diaries, go watch it now so you understand what I'm talking about. And if you don't want to watch it, you will understand why you need to see it after watching this video. So this movie was basically the most quotable film for our generation. It was also the film that made everyone want to believe that Genovia was a real place. Which, by the way, I'm still so pissed off that it's not actually a real place. Like, it seemed so real. I want to know where they filmed it because I want to go there so I can believe I'm in the real Genovia. This was also the film that actually led to Anne Hathaway's career taking off. This was the very first film she ever did. And I believe the reason why she got the film was because the director's daughter was the one who believed she looked like a princess. She had like the princess look or something. So thank you to this possible daughter. I don't know if it was the daughter, it was someone who said it, who is related to the director or casting person, who said Anne Hathaway should have had the part because Anne is the greatest princess of all time. She was perfect for Mia. And oh my god, I'm already messing this up. So the character that Anne Hathaway plays, it's called Mia Thermopolis, or Amelia. I would say her whole name, but it's really difficult to say. Hold on, let me get this up so I can read it to you. Okay, so Mia, full name, Amelia, Mignonette, Grimaldi, Thermopolis, Renaldo. But I do know that they pronounce it Rinaldi in the film, so Renaldo is the book, which is a big thing that this film was actually based on a book series by Meg Cabot. Now, I did read the series mainly after I'd watched the film because like I hadn't heard about them previously. And The Princess Diaries to me is kind of an example of where the film made it better. Now this is absolutely no offence made to Meg, but well, I say that as kind of, it is kind of probably offensive to her. But to me, reading the books when I read them, like I've read them both when I was younger and I didn't enjoy them much then, but I reread them I think last year or probably the year before, just so I could compare, because I'd heard things where people were talking about films that were better than the books, like Legally Blonde is another one, which actually that may be another throwback movie episode I do in the future. But anyway, and this was one of them, so I kind of read up to, I like to see whether or not I can debunk this and kind of make my own opinion about it. And it is true, the books aren't as interesting as the film. I don't know if that's because of Anne Hathaway and Julie Andrews, who was the other main star for this film, and considering that she is the Sound of Music and basically an alright queen in general, it was just right for her to actually be a queen for real, and damn did she pull it off as queen. Queen Clarice Marie Grimaldi Rinaldi. And considering, so this was the thing that I remember looking up, and if I can find this post I'll put it down in the description box below, that Meg, when they were making the film originally, so in the book Clarice she's a bit of an arse, I found when I was reading it. She's not particularly nice, and the moment that they announced that Julie Andrews was going to be in it and they were going to make her the centre, because in the books the dad is dying because I think he's got testicular cancer actually. So he's dying in the book, and that's when he's the one who reveals the whole princess thing to me and everything. But because they were hiring Julie Andrews, they wanted to make her kind of more of the star because she's the well-known name in the film alongside some others. And Meg, from what I remember reading, it was basically like, it's Julie Andrews, you can change anything you want, it's Julie Andrews. And you know what? Same girl, same. If Julie Andrews was going to be in a film that I made, I would change anything to make her more of a role. Like, I would happily, like if my main character was meant to be 16, I'd change it. I would make Julie Andrews my main character. She could play, like the 16-year-old, I'll make them older. Like, probably have to be a few changes, but you know, you get my point. Now, the things that, so for this video I did a lot of extra research for Princess Diaries, which you probably can't tell considering that I didn't even write down the full names of the main characters. But I learned a lot of really interesting things about kind of the background for the film. The main one being Whitney Houston was the producer. Whitney Houston. Just Whitney Houston. I remember finding this out because I watched the behind the scenes for the Princess Diaries movie, and she sings Happy Birthday to the director Gary Marshall. But first of all, it would make anyone's day for Whitney Houston to have sung them Happy Birthday. But damn, like that's how I found out she was a producer, and then like obviously looking up, because I was like, that can't be true, it's Whitney Houston, she's just generally amazing. But I wouldn't have like put her in with film. Looked it up, there it was on Wikipedia, and I was like, well, admittedly considering Wikipedia isn't that, you can't really trust it, I was like, damn, that's confirmed, hashtag confirmed, Whitney Houston is the bomb, Whitney Houston is queen. Wait, no, Julie Andrews is queen. Okay, she can be second queen, they can be queens together. Not in a gay way, but you know what I mean. And just in general, that was just amazing. I was like, yes, yes, Whitney Houston, just, oh my god. And it just kind of made it so much better to know that she was involved in this process to do with a film to do with a strong female, many strong female leads, focusing on a single mother as well, raising a 15-year-old daughter, who then turns out, well, the mother knew she was royalty, you know, spoilers. But it's a lot of strong female characters, and just to know that there's a strong female woman behind the production of the film itself was brilliant. Like, Whitney Houston is awesome. The only thing I remember after finding out about it being like, but they didn't have a Whitney song on the soundtrack, which by the way, the soundtrack was amazing. But considering you've got Whitney Houston, you think you'd at least put one Whitney Houston song on that soundtrack. But the soundtrack itself was awesome, like lots of really good powerhouse songs, lots of songs about feeling stronger and more kind of self-confident. Like there's this one, oh, it's pretty much like the opening song, and every now and again it's kind of like one of those songs that just suddenly pops into your head and it's stuck there for the rest of the day. What was it? It's called Supergirl. I don't remember who sings it, but it goes, I'm Supergirl, and that's all I remember. But it's, I'll put the link to the song down below as well, because it's a really good song, although you may not want to listen to it if it does end up getting stuck in your head, which I said it does with me, but clearly it doesn't properly because I don't remember the words. I remember the tune though, so that's easy to remember. But then like in the sequel they also have like Kelly Clarkson, which was Breakaway, the song that they play in it. And just a side note, so the sequel came out in 2004, and that one wasn't as well received as the first, which I don't really get because it was just as good. Like sometimes I enjoy it more than the first, just because I'm one of those people where when there are cringy moments or like really awkward moments in the film, I feel I take on that awkwardness, cringe, get uncomfortable and have to leave the room sometimes because I'm just like, I cannot cope. They cannot cope, I cannot cope, I've got to go. And then come back when I feel it's safe. But that didn't happen as much in the second film. Like, there were definitely cringy moments, but I powered through with those. But in the first one, there were quite a lot more. So I was like, yeah, no, I cannot do it. But yeah, I never understood why that did get a lot more stick. But considering it was just great, the soundtrack was great. Again, same director, Whitney Houston's producer. Brilliant cast. Like, we had Chris Pine coming into that film as well. And, oh, just generally, it's just brilliant. And then that second film, as well as the first, because I was convinced from the first as well, even when I didn't have much of an idea about the concept behind it when I was younger. But as I've gotten older and I keep watching it every year, it's more and more confirmed. Lily Moskowitz, played by Heather, oh god, I'm going to say this really badly, Mazzaro or Matarazzo? I'm really, really sorry, Heather. I know I'm saying it really badly. Okay, her character, Lily Moskowitz, 100% bisexual. Like, there is no way that anyone can convince me that she is anything other than bisexual. Like, I know there was the whole thing that she is gay, but like in the second film, we do see her giving her number to a male soldier, so I'm kind of like, I'd lean more towards bi than anything. It could be that she doesn't figure out until later in life, but like, hashtag 100% bisexual. And she comes out of a closet in the second film, which is something that Heather tweeted about once before. I think it was during when Beauty and the Beast came out and everyone was losing their mind over the fact there were gay characters, which really, it was like, oh, gays, gone. But she kind of put on about how she was technically the first Disney gay character. Like, she came out of a closet, literally, and I was like, yes, you did. You came out of that bi closet. You go, queen. And that's why I am 100% that Lily Moskowitz is bisexual. Fight me on it. Actually, no, you know what? Leave me a comment. Let's discuss this. I want to know what you guys think. Also, who else do you think may have been gay or bisexual in the film? I do also go with probably Paolo, but, you know, that's a bit of the stereotype there. But anyway, moving on. So, going more to, like, Julie Andrews a little bit more. And, oh my god, she pulls off being a queen so easily. It's like she was born to be a queen. And the fact that she isn't, I think, is more of an insult to Julie Andrews than anything else in life. I'm so glad that this was also Anne Hathaway's first film, because it showcased her talents more than anything. Like, she was able to be vulnerable, she was able to be comedic, she had the perfect timing for these sort of things. There's literally, she can improvise so quickly and kind of get on with things. So there's a moment in the film where, out of character, Anne slips on bleachers. Are they called bleachers? They're the American, like, seat things you get that kind of, I don't know if they collapse them. We don't have them here in the UK, so I don't really know. But she slips and kind of falls, and like everyone is like, oh my god, going, and she waves off the camera to say, no, we'll carry on, we'll carry on, we'll carry on. And I was like, yes, you trooper, you go. And that just kind of showed her dedication to acting and kind of getting things to the point, and just the fact that she's generally a delightful person, clearly. And again, I like that this was her first film and this was our introduction to her, because it's a brilliant film. Do not believe what Rotten Tomatoes tell you, because Rotten Tomatoes is wrong. 47%. Bullshit. That's what I'm calling that. It was like, they kept saying it was a very, like, I know it's very much a cliche rom-com, sort of cringy comedy sort of thing, but people like it. I don't get why, like, film reviewers are very picky about this. Like, I know I'm not one to talk, considering how picky I've been in some of my previous ones, which, you know, if you want to watch any of them, there'll be a card popping up here for my latest film review. But anyway, I still don't believe that it could be 47%. Like, it's close to 50s, which, you know, halfway, but no, it's more than that. It's so well done. There's so many female powerhouses in it. It's just, no, Rotten Tomatoes got it wrong. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to wrap this up because I know I'm going to continue going on a rant about how brilliant this film is. But the main thing I want to talk about is how quotable this film is, especially for young girls. It's kind of like Legally Blonde has so many quotable lines, like, what? Like, it's hard. This film has them as well. So we've got the shut up from Princess Mia, the moment she finds out she's a princess. And then we have other lines of, my expectation in life is to be invisible. I'm good at it. Like, that is relatable to any teenage girl or boy when they're growing up, believing that they aren't noticeable and have kind of the sort of low self-esteem at the time. Completely, like, I was like, yes, Mia, that is me. I do agree with that. You tell them. And just things like that. And then there's the line at the end to say when Michael, so Michael was her love interest in it at the end. And he says, I think he says, why me? And she says, because you saw me when I was invisible. So it's her learning her own self-worth after being kind of mistreated by another boy earlier in the film. And if this video has not convinced you guys, of the ones who haven't seen this film, to go watch it, this is a clip showing why you should.
Focus. Come on, Mia, remember, it's only a game. Join the ball. Hey, Mia, would you rather hit a beach ball? Order me a pizza, huh? Pepperoni.
Have I convinced you yet? That was way too close to the camera, I'm so sorry. But yeah, so hopefully that has convinced you as to why you should go see this film. And for the ones who have seen it, this will hopefully convince you to go watch it again, because it's a classic and you should. Because I'm going to go watch it now as well. So as always guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I do have a Patreon up that I have mentioned a few times before now, so the link to that is in the description box below, as well as my Instagram. With my Patreon you will get early access if you pledge $1 or $2 to me. And yeah, so if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, there'll be a button popping up here. You can go to the one down below. If you want to watch any of my previous videos, suggestions will be popping up here. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.